this down. Hello everyone, I am Balabanian, and this is Everyday Scan. I know I haven't been doing this every day anymore. I did a 30-day challenge for Everyday Scan, where every single day I was going out into the world and doing another photogrammetry scan, processing it, publishing it, posting it, and then making a video every weekend about all the things I did over the week. So since then, some of the projects have actually become bigger than something that can be accomplished in one day. And today I'm here to talk a little bit about the future of this channel and the future of what I want to be doing. Today I'm super happy to announce that I'm starting a Patreon support page for the first time for both the Everyday Scan YouTube channel, which is this, and also the other thing that I spend my time doing, which is the Research VR podcast. So for those of you that don't know about the podcast, it's a podcast that I've been hosting for the past 2.5 years that's all about the science and design of virtual reality. So I like to take a lot of the neuroscience principles that I learned in my studies with cognitive science and actually apply them into how you actually build VR games, how do you build VR apps and augmented reality apps, how you can make informed design decisions using neuroscience principles. We also have a great Discord community channel that I'll link down below. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually consolidating these two efforts, both the photogrammetry of Everyday Scan and the podcast of Research VR, together so that I can have a more cohesive package. And for you guys, for you to support me on Patreon, you're actually going to be supporting both of these projects, so you get 2 for 1. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I haven't known how to correctly make the reward structures. So let's go through them. You can support me with as little as actually $2, and for that you'll be called a young Padawan. You will have access to the Discord channel for supporters that is only for supporters. Plus, you will have your name in the outro of every video and podcast that we do henceforth. The second tier is called the Middle-Aged Wizard, and that's at $5 a month, and you'll get early access to every single video that's coming on this channel and the podcast. And on top of that, you'll have access to an exclusive Patreon stream that I'll probably do about once a month or so, plus everything else. The next tier from that is the Wizard Council member at $12 a month. You'll have access to a lot more downloadable unreleased 3D scans that I do here. Everything that I upload to my Sketchfam account is almost always free and downloadable, but there's a lot of things that I haven't released for numerous reasons. I will have an entire separate section for patrons that are supporting me in this tier. And on top of that, you will also have the ability to decide, like directly decide what I'm going to film, scan, podcast, and which guests I should be featuring, plus everything else. The next tier from that is called the Wise Old Wizard, and that's, the step up from the Middle-Aged Wizard. Now, this is when you become wise and old and you learn many good things. This one actually will have, I'm hoping for it to have a tangible reward, and I'm looking into prints, actually, like to be able to give people big prints of some of these renders that I've been making. Really beautiful stuff, really high quality. More on that later. And for $25 a month, I think if you get 1 print a month, that's a pretty nice deal to have. On top of that, you'll also have a private Skype session with me for me to thank you personally. And the last tier, and this is kind of crazy, this is $100 or more, and it's called Literally God. And this will unlock the special ability for you to join my stream as the voice of God, basically be able to ask questions and contribute a little bit to the discussion. Hopefully this won't get too annoying, but we're gonna go with it. And you'll also get a personalized thank you note at the end of each video and podcast, and another personal Skype session where we can talk about anything, and I can probably even give you more specific advice when it comes to the design thinking that I'm really obsessed with. So that's the Patreon page that I've started. I'm really excited about what I'll be able to do moving forward. This comes from the need for me to find incentives and building incentive structures and getting my motivation to be in line with what I actually want to be doing. For me to have supporters and for me to have people like you that are encouraging me, I really do need to have a certain structure that I can force myself to stay on a regularly paced schedule. I haven't been making too many videos on this channel. However, I have been doing a lot of live streams of my workflows. So if you haven't turned on your notifications for this channel, you should, because it'll let you know next time I'm live. And you can jump in and see what I'm doing. I should also note that a lot of these live streams end up having their audios muted afterwards and the internet has a lot of problems with copyright for that reason. So a lot of the times you will really have to catch it on when it's live. Moving forward with my channel, I really want to go back to actually building videos specifically about a certain thing that I scan. I like to document the process of how I scan it, or how I get there, how I process it afterwards, and then typically stream the process too. So putting that all together into a singular video, I think, is a great format that I can replicate across many different scans, places, and probably over time. I have a couple that I'm already working on. One is a sand castle, this city civilization that we built last weekend with a few friends of mine, and I 3D scanned it to build it into this VR racing kind of app. That's going to be a really fun one, and I'm hoping for me to be able to release the build at the end of the video and actually put it out for people. Another thing I'm working on is actually an immersive documentary. That I'm building about a San Francisco muralist. This has been a project that I've been working on since January, and I think it is probably the example of my best work in VR, hopefully in the next month or two, so more on that later. And on top of that, I'm actually now hosting meetups for my podcast listeners, as well as co-producing it with other VR podcasters. Last week, we did a meetup in VR chat in the photogrammetry scan of my room, which was really fun. So people actually were hanging out in here, we were jumping on my bed together. So if you want to stay on top of that and want to be notified next time we're doing something like this, definitely join the Discord community that I've started. And for those of you who don't know what Discord is, it's basically like a Slack channel, but it's a lot more open, and you don't need to like create a whole new email address and jump through hoops and call your grandma, find your password, and then finally have a conversation. It's a great way to actually stay connected and have different threads for different discussions to follow along. So I already have one supporter, and I launched the Patreon like a few days ago, and I haven't announced this anywhere. Thank you, Mark Gillis, for actually supporting me. You were the first Patreon on my page, and that is a very special place to, and that is a very special role to have. So thank you again for that, and I forward for you guys to follow along with Mark and help me sustain this idea of what it is like to be a one-man team filmmaker and how far you can take that. I really want to be doing this more, guys, and I want to make sure that I have the right incentives and I have the right support structures. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.